everyone. Thank you for joining me, Laura Wayman, the Dementia Whisperer, for my weekly Facebook Live show. When is it time to move to memory care? By the way, I prefer calling them dementia care communities, as good dementia aware care recognizes dementia is much more than just memory loss. I know families are doing all they can to provide compassionate and loving care services. I also know that dementia requires specialized dementia-aware care from people who are well trained to meet the needs of people living with dementia symptoms. So, how do you know when you have exhausted all in home care options and you can no longer provide appropriate dementia aware care your loved one needs at home? And by the way, this does not mean you are a failure at being a caregiver. It is simply a part of knowing most causes of dementia symptoms are progressive, they get worse over time, and it takes a village to provide the appropriate care as your loved one continues to decline. You need to continue to build your village with as many family, friends, and professionals to assist you that you can find. If you can relate to any or all of the following 10 indicators, it may signal that it's time to move to the next level of dementia care. Number one, you worry about your loved one's safety all the time. No matter if your loved one lives alone with you or in an assisted living community, if you are constantly worried about his or her safety, it may be time to think about a move to dementia care. Dementia care communities are designed to meet the specialized needs of people living with dementia symptoms, and with specially trained caregivers, they keep your loved ones safe around the clock. Number two, you worry about your own safety. As dementia progresses, many people experience significant personality changes and can develop confusion, agitation, and this could lead to combativeness, aggressive violence, or threats of violence. If your loved one is exhibiting these signs and you are concerned about your own safety or the safety of others in your home, it may be best to think about a move to dementia care. Dementia care communities that are dementia aware are familiar with these kinds of challenges and symptoms and should be trained to know how to help your loved one work through emotions in a more productive and safe manner. Number three, you are exhausted. Caregiver burnout is very real, and caring for someone with dementia is emotionally and physically exhausting. Many caregivers let their own health suffer while they are taking care of a loved one, and caregiving alone is not a sustainable situation. Dementia care communities are partners in caregiving and can give you rest while still involving you in important care decisions. Number four, your loved one is neglecting finances. If your loved one is living alone, take note of their mail. Are you seeing late notices on unpaid bills? What about creditor or collection notices? Neglecting finances is one of the first signs or symptoms of dementia for many, and can leave your loved one open to financial scams, putting their finances at risk. Number five, your loved one is neglecting personal care. Unwashed or wrinkled clothing, body odor, unkempt hair, and other personal hygiene issues are another sign that it might be time to consider a move to the next level of dementia care. It can mean your loved one is missing standard hair and nail appointments, not processing that it's time to bathe, not doing the laundry regularly, and not changing out of dirty clothes. And these are common signs or symptoms of dementia. Dementia care services will include help with personal care and assistance with activities of daily living that can help your loved one stay on track. Number six, your loved one wanders. This is a serious line drawn in the sand. If your loved one wakes in the middle of the night or becomes confused and disoriented, he or she may wander. Wander can be extremely dangerous, as your loved one can possibly walk a long way and then not realize where they are or know how to get back home. It can put your loved one in a dangerous situation, possibly even leaving them exposed to harsh elements in the winter or summer. Dementia care communities are secure and often have enclosed outdoor spaces to keep your loved one from wandering off without a caregiver and allowing them to still be outside. Number 7, living conditions are subpar. Early dementia can sometimes present itself as hoarding. If you see that your loved one is no longer caring for his or her home, the mail is piling up, food is spoiled in the refrigerator, dishes are left out, and other just general household messes are becoming uncontrollable, it may be time to consider a move to memory care. Dementia care communities include housekeeping, linen services, helping your loved ones stay clean and well in their new apartment home. Number 8, your loved one is isolated and lonely. Getting out with a loved one with dementia symptoms can be difficult for caregivers, and it's very easy for people with dementia symptoms to sink into isolation. And these feelings of isolation and loneliness can increase the risk of deep depression. Dementia care communities have active and engaging calendars with activities that are specifically designed for people with dementia. Dementia-aware activities are meant to be purposeful and fun while also mitigating some of the agitation and anxiety dementia symptoms can bring. Number 9, your loved one has unexplained physical changes. Weight changes, up or down, changes in posture, and mobility problems can all indicate that your loved one needs more assistance. It may be that your loved one is no longer processing what to eat, or that he or she already ate and then eat again. Or slow movements may be an indicator of confusion or disorientation or changes in balance and coordination. Dementia care communities will closely monitor your loved one's nutrition and movements and wellness, making sure that he or she is eating well and moving about safely. Number 10, you want to restore your relationship with your loved one over time. As dementia symptoms progress, you have become your loved one's caregiver. It has changed your relationship, and now you spend more time managing their care than anything else. Moving to a dementia care community can help you reverse that relationship so that you get to spend time with your loved one doing the things you love to do together while someone else handles the everyday and challenging emotional, social, physical, and personal care. Think about this. Review, what are my loved one's care needs? Write down a summary of your daily care routines and your loved one's care needs. Reviewing them can help you determine whether you and your household can truly meet those needs at home. I also suggest visiting, and virtual visits will work right now, several dementia care communities and having a conversation, asking lots of questions about training, the staff, and staff to resident ratios, and the culture. And now there are more challenges due to coronavirus pandemic that need to be addressed when considering moving your loved one into a dementia care community. I want you to encourage to ask these questions to the long-term care facility you might be considering. What is your quarantine policy? You want to know the rules as they currently stand, realizing they may need to change. How well are they reducing infection and disease risk? Does the staff have access to adequate personal protective equipment to protect them from infection? And do they have enough of these supplies and training to decontaminate as needed? Are they trained on appropriate use of personal protective equipment? Are they screening staff members for signs of illness and providing them with education to reduce their exposure to COVID-19 from other healthcare facilities in the community? What happens to residents who get infected and then need medical care? Is the transfer to a hospital or ICU easier or harder from outside of an assisted living facility or from inside where they have that medical oversight? What will happen to ones who get infection after moving in, then they move to a higher level of care and then recover? Will the community let them re-enter? You know, the coming weeks and months will present us all with many challenging decisions. Clarifying your individual goals and preferences now can be the starting point for making decisions that are best for your loved one, for the long-term care community, and for our society in general. Please feel free to email me at help@laurawayman.com for assistance in moving a loved one into dementia care, for transition care services, and for dementia-aware care resources. And visit my website, laurawayman.com, for information on my book, for my online trainings, and to schedule a personal phone, Skype, or Zoom consultation. Signing off for now, with love, the Dementia Whisperer.